like that. Okay, so when we begin a lecture and you feel it's not being recorded, please notify me. So we are dealing with how to calculate for compound interest. In our previous lecture, I shown you how compound interest is calculated. Now, I said the period between which the interest is added is called what? The period within which the interest, okay, is added to the principal. Let's see, the interest is 16% per annum, 16% per annum per year, okay. That waiting period from the time you brought your money to the time the interest is supposed to be added, that period is called what? Just a recap. It's called what? When you take your money to the bank is saying the interest rate is, the bank is saying the interest rate is 6% per annum. Okay, meaning the interest is given to you at the end of the year and the rate is 6%. So the time you brought your money to the time the interest is added, okay, what is the name of that period? I said that to cap the lecture the other time, but you guys, you are just waiting patiently to go home. Today you vomit it out. Yes. What did I say is called? Hmm? What did I say is called? Other than that, you all knock yourself. You knock the one next to you, the one next to you will knock you too as well. What did I say is called? Conversion period. I'm sure you guys probably have open books. No. Okay. Conversion period. Yeah, that was very smart, meaning you've been listening to me. So I have shown you how to calculate for compound interest, okay? And I shown you how the question can be changed. Yeah, I told you sometimes they would, in the narration, they can tell you that at a point within the saving period, he came to withdraw money or he came to add some money. So you have to know all of that. See, what we are doing here is very practical. Okay, what we are doing here is very practical. I'm preparing you to the world. Very soon, you'll be getting to places where you'll be all alone and you have to apply the principles of what you have been taught. Please, are you listening to me? The principles of what you have been taught. Yeah. Yeah. So don't take this thing for granted at all. Very recently, one of my colleagues wanted me to help him in getting a house, okay, a property. So we met the real estate agent and he told us the cost of the house, okay. And it happened that the bank, it happened that they have relation with some banks that they can stand in for you to get like a loan, procure a loan. When we talk about a loan, it's like the bank will come and pay for the cost of the house for you. Okay. And then you will be paying the bank. They'll put an interest on the amount they are paying on your behalf, and you'll be paying like every month. So listen, so if for instance the cost of the house was 300,000, I'm sorry. So the cost of the house, let's say, is 300,000, Canadian dollars. Okay, 300,000. The bank comes in to pay this money. Comes in to pay this money for you. And now, of course, since I'm doing you this favor, you'll be paying this money to me in installments. But the bank is saying the interest is 13% of the money we are paying per what? Annum. Per annum. Okay. Per annum. And we are giving you a period of, let's say, 8 years. No, for houses here, they will give you a period of 30 years to pay. Guys, are you listening to me? 30 years. Yeah, for houses in the States, they'll give you 30 years to pay for the house. Okay, so you'll be paying monthly. You'll be paying monthly. You'll be paying monthly. But let's even forget about the frequency of payments. I just want us to concentrate on the interest. The interest. So the bank is saying you'll be paying 13% per year as interest rate. The period is 30 years. Okay. The period is 30 years. So now here is it. If he is paying this 300, he's able to pay this. Let's say we bought a house in January, okay, and he is able to pay like get hold of 300,000 Canadian dollars in like a space of 3-4 months time. He raises money. Will he pay an interest? Will you pay an interest? The interest is, this is the money we have paid for you. You are to pay that money on an interest rate of 13% per year. If you are to pay this 300,000 in a space of 3-4 months, will you pay an interest? Will you pay an interest? Yes, anyone at all can come in.
Yes.
Okay, any other opinion? If he is paying the interest in like 3 months, I'm saying 3 months, will he pay an interest? I have been able to raise 300,000 Ghana cedis. Your money. Do you expect to pay an interest to the bank? Am I to pay more or less?
Less.
Am I to, yeah, I'm saying, am I to pay exactly $300,000 or $300,000 with an interest? That's the question.
You pay with an interest.
I'll pay with an interest.
Yes.
Then you guys will be cheated on. So the thing is that if you are raising $300,000 in a space of 3 months, you don't have to pay an interest. Because you said the interest is 13% per year. Please, you get me, per year. So as long as I keep on paying this money in bits, if a year is due, an interest of 13% is added on you, an interest of 13% of this money is added. Okay. Can someone check something for me? 13 over 100 of 300,000 Canadian dollars. It will help you understand a thing or two. This zero will cancel this zero, right? So it's 3,000 times 13. What is that? $3,000. Come again.
39,000.
39,000. Okay. So you are paying this money, they will spread it for you. But as you are paying, if a year is due and you are still paying this money, 39,000 will come and add up. Okay. 39,000 will come and add up to whatever difference you are left with. Please, are you listening to me? If you still continue to pay and another year is due, 39,000 is what's added. Is that kind of analogy? So normally, they calculate the interest you are going to pay with, they're giving it to you for 30 years. So they calculate the interest for you for the next 30 years. That's what they do. The next 30 years, they'll multiply that 39,000 to 30 years. So you know what you are up to, the interest you are paying in the next 30 years. Now remember, the interest is only calculated per year. So if in less than a year, even if it's 11 months, okay, if you're able to pay this money off in 11 months, that 13%, which is 39,000, don't come to play. Marty, I say. Yeah. And see that, so why am I doing all of this? I'm trying to tell you that what we are learning is practical, very practical today. Other than that, you'll be cheated. Is what we are doing is very important to any of you in the classroom. It's important to you, Anthony. It's important to you, Prince. It's important to you, Frank. It's important to all of you. You have to pay close attention to like details. You meet it anywhere. When you start banking, okay, you have some money you want to keep with the bank I mean, why are you taking your money to the bank? For safety and for profit. In a bank, when you keep your money there, like you have some money you're not using, you keep it with them, it yields some kind of more profits, right? When you go to the bank, most of the tellers, they don't, sorry, not the tellers, but most of, should I use tellers? The service agents, most of them are not kind of abreast with whatever package they are having. They are just reading to you a book or something like that. Okay, the package is coming from their topmost, and these are agents they have hired that promote it. So like Anthony come and sit in front of them and they'll tell you that, oh, with that your 5,000 Ghana cedis, we have this package called Xmas Bonanza. Xmas Bonanza. And with this one, if you are keeping your money with her, you get an interest rate of blah, 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 simple interest or compound interest. Like they are specific. So you have to sit down and calculate and find out, are you making profit or you are making losses? Okay. Like everything we are doing is very practical and not here, any part of the world. Any part of the world. Are you with me? And you can use this concept to have an idea of what exactly whatever formula or whatever concept the banks use. In a Western world, most of the banks don't use compound or simple interest when it comes to higher pitches. Like what are the and kakra. Okay, they don't use simple or compound interest. They have a different approach, like a different formula to that. But if you understand this concept, you'll be able to understand that too as well. So this long talk is to let you know that I want you to put yourself in this, relate to what we are doing, because it's not anything outside. I mean, what we use for our day-to-day life is something practical. Okay. Now, last time in our previous lecture, we all learned how to calculate for, how to calculate for compound interest when we have the rates, right? And we have been given the period. And yes.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, shoot. I'm listening, sir.
So please, my question is, you said after 1 year, he's going to pay 39,000.
Yes.
So is he going to pay 39,000 plus the 3,000, the bank paid to the landowners?
Okay. Okay, let me explain this to you. The money is a house you are buying. I've brought my money, which is what, 300,000 to pay on your behalf. So already you are owing me 300,000, right? Now, I'm not your friend. Okay, I established a bank to earn profit. So me coming to buy for you, you pay me with interest. Now here is my interest. Yes, you are paying 300,000 to me. Cool. Now, as you I'm giving you 30 years, okay, to pay that 300,000 to me. Listen to me. I'm giving you 30 years to pay that $300,000 to me. Now, it's an open loan. That's most of the expression they use. Open, it's an open loan. What it means is that at any point in time, if you get all the money and you want to pay it outright, you can pay. That's fine. Now, that 30 years, the interest rate I'm giving you is 13% per year. Okay. So I'm like, interest will be accumulated every year per me, my policy. Well, most of the banks does that. So the interest rate is 13% per year. Per year. So remember, you are paying 300,000 to me. I'm giving you 30 years, and the interest rate is 13% per every year. Now listen, the interest is 13% per year. So if you are going to get 300,000 in less than a year, you don't pay any interest. You are paying 300,000 upfront, no interest. We are done with our business. Okay. Now, well, the bank assumed that you'll be paying the money in the next 30 years. So they will calculate the interest you pay in the next 30 years. So in the next 30 years, mind you, you're obligated to pay 300,000. Not only that, multiply 39,000 Canadian dollars to 30, and it will let you know the interest you are paying in the next 30 years, 39,000 times 30. Yes. So in the next 30 years, 117, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. In the next 30 years, this is the interest you are paying on. 117,0000. This is the interest you are paying. So if you want to know the amount of money you would be paying to the bank in the next 30 years, it will be 300,000 plus 117,000. Okay, this is the amount you'll be paying to the bank in the next 30 years. Funny enough, when you are paying, you don't see it because they have given you a long period of time. So like at the end of the month, you'll be paying a peanut like $3,000. Please, are you listening to me? 3,000 or 2,000. They've given you a long duration to pay the loan, 30 years. So at the end of the month, you'll be paying like 3,000 or 2,000. So you will not be seeing that you are paying such a huge money. But if you're a business person like me, you calculate, you know, given the interest as 13% per annum, you calculate 13% of the money the bank paid on your behalf, and you'll be able to know that at the end of the year, you are paying 39,000. So you have an idea of the interest will be given to the bank at the end of the year, right? So you will multiply by 30 as a student have trained you. And you know that, so at the end of 30 years, this is the money the bank will be making from me. Hey, just by giving me $300,000, I'm going to pay you 300,000 plus an interest rate of 117. Nah, I'll work really hard and give you your money before 1 year, because you know that they told you the interest is 13% per year. So if you are paying 300,000 before 1 year, yeah, that is it. You pay just 300,000, no interest. Do you understand? Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir.
So it will actually make you guys smart going forward. See, a lot of people, a lot of immigrants, okay, like foreigners travel to the Western world and they fall into traps like these. Please, are you listening to me? Because they are not abreast with this. I'll give you an example. When you travel to US, okay, when you travel to US, any random person can drive a plush car like Tesla, Lamborghini, Cybertruck. Okay, you can just walk into these like these automobile shops and tell them, hey, I want a car, and they'll just take your ID. You know, their system works. They'll take your ID details and you don't pay any money, then they give you the car. Do you know how they do it? They have relationship with some banks. Sorry, today the lesson is quite conversational. We'll delve into business soon. Okay, they have conversations with some partnership with some bank. So like they speak with the bank. The bank gives them a loan, like the bank give them money on your behalf, then that's it. Then the bank will be dealing with you directly, so you'll be paying the bank at the end of every month. So as a foreigner, and yeah, they will tell you that, oh, the interest rate after the bank is paying this, they will tell you that, oh, the interest rate is 13% per year. Okay, and the bank will also give you like a lot, like longer years. So the bank can give you, okay, for US, they can give you like 8 years. Okay, 8 years. So, and they would be taking the money. Some would take it like weekly, others would take it monthly. So, for instance, if they are taking the money monthly at the end of the month, you know the cost of a Cybertruck, right? Is very expensive. But if they are giving you 8 years, you'll be paying like $400 like every month per. You see? So, oh, I can own a Cybertruck and I just get to be paying like $400 every month. Let me go for it. But when you calculate the interest rate for like the next 8 years or 10, you realize that the cost of a Cybertruck is like $150,000. Okay, $150,000. But at the end of like 8 years, you are paying another $150,000 as interest. So you know that it's not wise. It's not wise. So it makes you smart. But because many people didn't take their studies seriously back in school, they don't know much about this business stuff. Okay, so they just go jump into it and they are just in slavery. Do you understand that? Yeah. Yeah, when you travel to US, they will be pushing stuff like that to you. Like anything luxurious in the world, you can have it without having to pay and make any down payment. That's the kind of system they've created. Unlike Ghana, you have to like pay for everything upfront. Over there, anything luxurious, you can have it. Have you seen it? But you have to be wise. That's why these lessons are put in your syllabus. Yeah. So guys, that is it. This is just to make let you know how practical the topic we are learning is in your day-to-day life. We'll talk about depreciation. We even talk about how income tax is calculated, how electricity bill is calculated, and all of that. Well, that's what this topic is about. So I just hope you like it. Now, today we're still on compound interest. I'm also going to tell you another way questions are being asked. Okay, yeah, right. So here is it. Do you know what you've been doing so far? With what you've been doing so far, you are told that, oh, Christiana took 5,000 cedis to a bank. So principal, guess what? She sent 5,000 cedis to a bank. Okay, and the bank told you that, hey, like she wanted to save. The bank said our interest rate is 6% per annum, compound I'm coming. Per annum compound interest. Sorry, my handwriting looks weird. I'm using a digital pencil. My handwriting is ordinarily not like this. All right, so 6% per annum compound interest. Compounded let me use quarterly. Okay, quarterly. I'm using the most weirdest. All right, now she wants to keep her money with the bank for what should I use 1 year? Let me use 2 years so that you can battle with any question thereafter after teaching you this 2 years. So Christiana or Patience is saving 5,000 with the bank. Wow, with a notion of getting an interest. The bank is telling her the interest will offer you 6% per annum. Per annum means what? A year. Per year. The interest will give you 6% per year, right? And I told you banks works with simple interest. So if it's compound interest, they'll specify. So here they are saying compound interest, meaning the analogy what changes 6% per annum compound interest. And they are saying compounded quarterly. Now the period is 2 years. How do we go about that? Today there is a new phrase, compounded, right? So I want us to learn about that. Okay. Now compounded means added. Okay. We can paraphrase that by saying added. Okay. Yeah. Now, pay attention to this before we begin. So they said the interest is 6% per year, but we'll be adding the interest to your money. You get that? Quarterly. That's what it means. I'm explaining all over again. Hello, the interest rate is 6% per year, but we'll be adding the interest to your money quarterly. We'll explain all of that. Yeah. Another cycle they can use to be adding the interest to your principal is semi-annually. Okay, so if you mean semi-annually, it's the same as what? Oh, sorry, semi-annually means half yearly, right? Yeah, or so they can tell you will be adding it semi-annually, or they can tell you will be adding it what? Quarterly. They can tell you will be adding it monthly. So these are the frequency you should be looking out for. Okay, let's continue. Now, the interest is added monthly, right? I'm sorry. The interest is 6% per year, right? Guys, let me change the interest rate. I want to use something I can smoothly divide and you will not ask too much questions until you're good at it. So let's use 12% rate. Okay, interest rate. So guys, the interest is what? 12% per year, right? A year is how many months? 12 months. Let me rule a line here. A year is 12. A year involves 12 months. Guys, be smart about that. So if I'm telling you that Christiana went to the bank in April, you should be able to tell when she should expect an interest. And yes, I was sorry one day. I know I for bag you call bank and was say the interest has not reflected in my account was whatever, right? Or this kind of call bank April franc, when should she expect an interest? The interest is 12% per year. If she took them, if you, Frank, you went to the bank in April, when are you to expect an interest to be added to your money? Forget about the question. I'm saying the interest is 12% per annum. Okay. So if you took the money in April, when are you to expect an interest, guy? Anthony. Did I mention Anthony or Frank? Well, any of you. Anthony, come again.
Next April.
Next year, April. You get that? Expect questions like this. There will be questions going forward. They will be using dates and all of that. So be smart. Okay, yeah. So the interest is per annum. An annum is 12 months. Now, if they are telling you that they will be adding the interest to your money, pay attention. Now, I'm dealing with this question. If they tell you that they will be adding the interest to your money quarterly, what does quarter mean? Someone should explain what quarter means. Quarter. What does quarter means? What is a quarter? You explain to me, and then we can use. I mean, this number of months. Come again.
Every yeah, 3 months of the year.
Every 3 months. Okay, you are right, but it's too deep, and well, those that are not mathematics nerd will be wondering what is that. So how did you get that? What is a quarter? Let's start from there now. 1/4. Oh, everybody knows a quarter. 1/4. So if you are saying the interest is added every quarter, meaning you have to investigate what is a quarter of a year. So 1/4 of what? 12 months. A year is 12 months, right? This is how you look for it. So a year is 12 months. 12 months, and I'm actually 12 monthly, 12 months. So 1/4. So now you can now do it. 1/4 of 12 months, and you get what he told us, right? So it's what? 3 months. So the interest is going to be added to your money every 3 months. Every 3 months. And when you take a full year, let's look for the number of times the interest will be added. So we have first, guys, I'm coming. Let me try and see if I can create some space. Should I reduce the size? So first, we want to know the number of times they will add the interest. So first 3 months, right? So you have second, I'm coming, sorry. First 3 months, you have second 3 months, right? Move me.
Yeah.
3 months. You have third 3 months. You have fourth 3 months. Well, the English is not proper. I'll use the right word for you pretty soon. But for now, I'm trying to use expressions you understand. Remember, a year is 12 months. So 3 months, it will be 6 months. Another 3 months, it will be what? 9 months. And then another 3 months, it will be what? 12, right? So you need, so if you are telling me the interest is added every 3 months, then in a full year, the interest will be added how many times, Prince?
4 times.
Come again.
4 times.
4 times. So now all of you are called Prince, right? Okay. Thank you, Princess. Anyway, so the interest is going to be added 4 times. Now pay attention. We are making good analysis here. 4 times. Good. Now let's go back. Guys, the bank says the interest rate is what percent per year? What percent? The interest is 12% per year. Per year. Per year. So in a full year, the interest the bank is going to give you is 12%. So don't do your own calculation for the interest to be more. Do you understand that? It's 12% per year. And they told you we'll be giving it to you every 3 months, every quarter. And you've noticed that in a full year, there will be 4 quarters, right? 4 quarters. Well, in the long run, the interest is still 12% for the whole year. So how much interest would you be enjoying in every 3 months? Tell me your mind. In every 3 months, you know, we will be doing the old calculation, you know, interest is equal to a certain value of 100 times, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to use as rate? Tell me your mind. We'll debate. I'm saying that the bank is saying, you know, the bank said the interest is 12% per year, right? Compound interest, but they added an information that it will be given to you every 3 months, and you've been able to come up with the reasoning that then in a whole year the interest will be given to you every 3 months, right? What this means is that for the first month you come and do the normal calculation you've been doing. Interest is equal to like rate times principal. What would you be using for the rate? You know, it will be something over 100 times your principal. The principal she came in with was 5,000. Now my question is, what would you divide by 100? Like, what would be your rate? Oh, sorry. Yeah, what would be your rate? What rate would you be using?
3%.
Oh, you guys are way too smart. 3%. Yes, you are way too smart. 3%. All right. So as a teacher, I will explain so that anyone wondering why are they using 3%, the person will understand. So the whole idea is, if you were thinking, oh, but the interest in the question is 12%, okay, we have an answer for you. 12%, okay, fine. Meaning here you do 12 over 100. Second 3 months, you do 12 over 100. Okay. Third 3 months, you do 12 over 100. And the fourth 3 months, you do 12 over 100. We know all these 4 3 months make up a year. So for you in particular, per the reasoning you were having in mind, that means that when you take a full year, you are enjoying 12 plus 12, 24 plus 12, 36 plus 12, 48. Meaning for a full year, you are using an interest of 48% too. The bank is not for you, my dear. You only brought 5,000 to come and save with us. Do you understand? The bank told you the interest they are going to give you is 12% for a full year. So it's up to you to divide the 12% by the number of quarters. Which, so in simpler terms, since they are saying compounded quarterly, divide 1 over 4, multiply 1 over 4 to the interest rate, which is 12%. It will give you 3%. So you'll be using 3% for the individual step. I believe whatever questions you were having in mind is answered. So now you've been able to understand the statement compounded quarterly. You've been able to know how you can produce or come up with the number of steps you have to go. You've been able to tell the interest rate you are to be using for every single step. Before we start solving, let me know if you understand this. So if they are saying that the person, so if if the person chooses to save with the bank for 2 years, okay, this is just 1 year. So if the person chooses to save with the bank for 2 years, this one amount to 1 year. So all this will be year 1, right? Year 1 is this 4 cents. So year 2 to you do first 3 months, second 3 months, third 3 months, fourth 3 months. So meaning for this very question, we'll have like 8 steps. Hannah, please, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Claudia, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's okay if you don't. I'm happy you understand. Cassandra, Cassie, you understand? You didn't say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ajua, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Prince, do you get a concept? Patience, do you get a concept? Patience. Patience, do you understand? I can't hear you. You are not talking to the class, you are talking to me. So let me hear you. Okay.
Yes.
Christiana, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Frank.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys sure you're lying?
Sure.
Bediakun, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So yeah. Now, so let me ask this question. We'll come to this solution. Oh, it's 12. It's already 12. Madam, what time should I close? 12:30 is fine.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you're a serious student. Anyway, guys, so I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. So listen. The interest rate the bank was giving Christiana was 12% per annum. Okay, 12% per annum compound interest. Compounded semi-annually. Let me do this for you. Come. Semi-annually. Compounded semi-annually. So if this is the case, semi-annually means what? Every 6 months, right? If this is a case and she wants to save with the bank for 1 year, how many steps or how many times would the interest be calculated? How many steps will you be doing? How many steps? And tell me about the step. Like you can say first, this first. I said semi-annually means half a year. How many steps?
2.
2. And tell me about it. Well, I'm not saying that's the answer. So if you are there thinking something else, talk to me, okay? Yes. My brother, go on.
So it's 12 months, and you said semi-annually.
Yes.
So divided by 2. So every 6 months, the first 6 months.
Good. 12 months divided by 2. Semi-annually means half a year. So divided by 2 is 6 months. So meaning the interest will be given to you every 6 months. So we are coming down here. So it's going to be, we said she's saving with the bank for 1 year, right? So first 6 months. Second 6 months. My next question is, the bank interest rate up there was 12% per annum, and it is said to be it said that it's going to be compounded semi-annually. It's going to be compounded half yearly. half yearly. Okay, it's going to be compounded half yearly, like semi-annually. So for every 6 months, what rate are you going to use? So and so over 100. What are you going to use? What are you going to divide by 100? Yes, what are you going to divide by 100? I don't know if you want to go back to the question is here. The interest was 12% per annum. So what are you going to divide by 100? Talk to me, guys. Oh, 6. So you are gonna use 6%. Why? Because the interest is 12% for the whole year. So since it's compounded half yearly, since you divide 12 months by 2, divide the rate 2 by 2. So you get 6%, right? So 6% is what you use for the first 3 months. 6% is what you use for the second 3 months. If you do it very well, you see that 6 plus 6 is what? 12. The whole year, you are using 12%, meaning you've not deviated. Feel free, if you have any question, just shout and tell us. Bring the question on. Yeah, that's it. Guys, I have another question. You see, I'm cutting all edges so that even if we close, any question you meet, you'll be able to handle that. I want to cut all edges, okay? Another question you can meet. What if they say compounded monthly? Compounded monthly. Compounded monthly, like the same rate. Compounded monthly. Claudia, I hope I'm not speeding up. Claudia. I hope I'm not speeding up.
No, please.
Okay. What if they are saying compounded monthly? Okay. Compounded monthly. Then it's compounded monthly. And Christiana wants to save with the bank for just 1 year. Remember, they said 12% per annum compound interest, compounded monthly. Christiana, you want to save with the bank for 1 year. With the expression compounded monthly, how many steps are you going to do? Talk to me.
12.
What did you say?
12.
12. Yeah, that's true. Compounded monthly, meaning you're going to do 12 steps. It's simple. A year is 12 months. So if you are saying it's going to be compounded monthly, then meaning 12 months. Do you understand? So you're going 12 steps. Yes, yeah, the interest in Bema every month too. And she's saving with the bank for 1 year. So it will be first month. You see, first month, second month. Sorry. Second month. All the way to 12 more month, right? Now, what rate? The rate, remember, was 12% per annum. But because they are seeing compounded monthly, what rate are you going to use? No one should answer. I want to ask someone. Oh, Grace, you are here. Grace, what rate are you going to use? Meaning, when I was calling out name, I probably didn't call you. I'm sorry. What rate are you going to use?
1%.
Come again.
1.
So smart. Is it that someone is feeding you guys with answers? That's very smart. 1%. So just divide that 12%. Monthly, they're over 12. And you get what 1%. So every month you'll be using 1%. You guys are smart. Yeah, you'll be using 1%, meaning you know what you are about. So I have just 10 minutes. I would have loved to solve this question. Okay, let me see if I can So same question, okay? Let me see if I can. I'm now gonna erase. Same question. Let's start solving. I'll solve to a point, then you go and finish up, okay? So 12% per annum compounded quarterly. It was 2 years, okay? I'll solve to a point, then you continue. It's quarterly. So first, solution. How will you start to solve? First of all, introduce with the formula interest. Put in parentheses I is equal to what? Rate times principal. Okay? Amount. You've been calculating for amount. Amount will be, well, if you're wondering what are we heading to, this, I want you to find the amount at the end of the 2-year period and compound interest, okay? So amount will be equal to interest plus immediate principal. Right, so year 1. Year 1. So year 1 interest I will be equal to. So, oh, and wait, hold on. For questions like this, I think that let's tell the examiner what we are about. So let's tell the examiner like the rate will be equal to 12, right, percent over, like, let's tell him how we're gonna do that. It's a quarter, so over 4, right? So like, let's tell the examiner we'll be using 3%. Okay. All right. For the other one, we all know. So year 1. So all the time, show how you investigate for the rate. So year 1, interest will be equal to 3. I'm sorry, you can't use year 1. They said it's compounded quarterly. So here you do first 3 months, right? For a whole year, first 3 months. But I'll use the word quarter. First quarter. In case you're wondering, like first 3 months. There is no need adding 3 months in bracket, but for the purpose of the lecture. So interest will be equal to 3/100 times the principal she came in with is 5,000. What is that, please? $150. Amount A will be equal to 150 plus 5,000. What is that? $5,150. Okay. Now, second 3 months, okay, or second quarter. Oops. Yeah, second quarter, the interest will be equal to 3/100 times 5,150. So interest will be equal to 3/100 times 5,150. What's that? 154. 154.5. Right? Amount will be equal to 5,150. No, well, it's correct, but I just want to do it this way. 154.5 plus 5,150. What's the answer? Are you guys actually calculating? Or you are watching me? Are you calculating? You should be using your calculators. How can you be this lazy? I will not say the answer. What is it? If you don't answer, I'll close your phone.
Hey.
Oh yeah, then hurry up. Hey,
There is 5,304.5.
5,300 and what? 4.5. Okay. Yeah. Third quarter. Interest will be equal to 5,000. Oh, I'm sorry. Interest will be what? 3/100 times 5,304.5. Okay. Interest will be equal to, what's that? Over 100. 159.135. Amount to be equal to. Patience, I hope I'm not speeding up. Patience, are you lost? I can't
No.
hear you, Patience.
No, please.
Okay. Anthony, I hope you are not lost.
Oh, please.
Okay. What is the answer? Five, 463.63 what? 5, right? Those that normally like writing the whole decimal, you can just leave it in 3 decimal place like this. Okay. Where am I? Yeah, fourth quarter. That's 4th 3 months. Fourth quarter. So interest will be equal to what? 3/100 times 5,463.635. You have 3/100 times answer 163.909, right? Just a moment, please. Yeah. Amount will be equal to 163. I've helped you guys all. Plus 5,463.635. Answer, please. I'm sure you're waiting for me to be saying it. Okay, copy. 5,627.54. Guys, this first quarter, second quarter, you see, third quarter, like third 3 months, fourth 3 months, 3 months, 4 times 3 months, like quadruple of 3 months makes what? A year, right? So like this is just 1 year. And remember, the girl is saving with the bank for what? 2 years. So we have how many more steps to go? We have how many more steps to go? Oh, come on, guys. Why are you like that? I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, so fifth quarter, okay. This brings me to the end of my assistance for you. Go and continue. Fifth quarter, sixth quarter, seventh quarter, eighth quarter. Okay. In case they said compounded semi-annually, you can use the expression first half. I'm sorry. You can use the expression first half, okay? Second half, third half, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Yeah. Any question? Any question? Right. So this brings us to the end of this particular lecture session. I'll go and continue. I'll send you an assignment, okay, on the school platform. In our next lecture, we are going to do another interesting stuff. You get to know that so all these long steps, there's actually a way to use a formula which would summarize everything. So I'll show you how to calculate for compound interest using a formula. Well, some questions can be specific that calculate for the compound interest by using formula. In that case, you have to use a formula. But if the question is general that calculate for compound interest, then you can choose to use a step-by-step approach or the formula. It will interest you to know that I'm going to show you how to be versatile when it comes to using a formula. I'll teach you how to use a formula even in cases where they tell you, oh, during this year, he came to do a withdrawal or he came to do addition. I would show you how to use a formula to calculate for questions where they will tell you the interest rate was compounded semi-annually, monthly, or quarterly. Most of these things you will not see in your textbooks. So you should count this as an opportunity to be here. I'll also show you how to code these formulas on your calculator with ease. I hope you join us on our next lecture. Remember to subscribe to the channel, okay? Subscribe, like the video. You can be sharing to your colleagues in senior high schools too, and they can get to one. It's made public, so everyone at all can benefit, okay? Right. Elective math student, we have a lecture. So I'll just be, are you sure?